Hi Pisces, welcome to your week ahead tarot scope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Pisces, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So your key to the week this week is, because we're in a tween week, so what I've done is picked my decks and I'm just picking straight from the top. And what you have is the High Priestess. All right, so isn't she gorgeous? So hidden things revealed. I kind of get the feeling that this week you're going to be having a conversation that you never expected to have. This could be with a friend, it could be with a colleague, it could be with a partner, it could be with anyone. But it feels for me like this is going to be a conversation that touches you either bone, emotion or soul deep. And when you do, it's kind of going to be either a piece of the puzzle that you've been missing or waiting for, or an understanding that comes in and it gets you to see something in a really different way, or it reframes how you see something or something that you believe. So this is going to be a really potent conversation because it is revealing to you maybe some of your own hidden motives. You know, and I don't say that in a nefarious kind of way. Maybe some of your own hidden thought processes or beliefs. It's like through some kind of conversation this week, something is divulged or said to you that reveals something to you on the inside about yourself. It might be, you know what, I've got a secret crush on ... It could be, actually, I really don't like this job. I'm just doing it so that, you know, once my kids are fully grown and out of school, I can then pursue the career that I want to. There's something that it's kind of running at a baseline level that you haven't really paid attention to, that this week it kind of clicks and then you're like, ah, okay. Or it could be maybe some piece of information that you've been given recently now starts to make sense. If you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. For your actions and options this week, you've got the Nine of Cups. That's spiritual healing. All right, the actions and options basically says whatever you are trying to do this week, you will get it done. The results are there, the rewards are there, the blessings are there. But the Nine of Cups is also a card of healing, and the High Priestess, she's one of the most spiritual cards that you can get. This is literal spiritual healing. So whatever this piece of information is, whatever is revealed to you or divulged to you, and for some of you it could even come through a dream or an impression, a feeling, an intuition, it creates or provides the right environment internally for some really deep, powerful spiritual healing to happen. I really, really love this for you guys because I kind of feel like it's going to filter out into all of the other energies and areas of your life. And it will be like, it might be something really, really small, but it just makes the most profound shift internally that goes on to continue to fix things. Then you've got the Knight of Swords in the communications. So, you know when they say like the truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. All right, so whatever is divulged to you is likely to come through a conversation, is likely to come through a dream or an intuition, but whatever is shared with you, whatever is, you know, whatever or however it's delivered, it may be something that at first you're kind of like, wait a second, what did you just say? And it's like, once you process it, it really makes sense. You're gonna see something very different this week to the way that you set out. So how you start this week will not be how you finish it. You will be very, very aware that something big has shifted by the end of this week for sure. Now, when it comes to, sorry, go away. When it comes to your, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this could literally be like, maybe you decide to go activist on something. For some of you, it is very possible, especially, and I feel like for some of you, you might be doing this maybe covertly. So maybe you see something in your place of study, maybe you see something on your course that you don't like, and then you start to say, right, okay, I'm going to do something about this, but I will work behind the scenes for now until I'm ready for everybody to know. It could be as well, for those of you that work for somebody else, this might be that you're asked to join a cause of some kind. I'm not entirely sure that you are here for it. And with that with that Knight of Swords, you might find that it gets out of hand really quickly. So just be mindful of that. For business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is a profound conversation that provokes or sparks a profound healing that takes your earning potential way above what you thought. This might actually be for some of you, maybe you're having a conversation where you realize how much you've undercut yourself or how much you've undercharged. And those moments, they can be a real smack in the face at times. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, look, this is you not only taking time out, but I actually feel like this is you taking time away from the place that you live in or the people that you live there with, in order to replenish, to recharge, to refill your own cup. In some way, shape or form, you are prioritizing yourself. And if that puts you at odds with other people, they're probably not your people. Either that or they stand way too much to gain from you staying in the position that you're in. For those of you that are single, bam, you got the Sun card. Gorgeous, right? So for some of you, look at this, right? Not only is this healing relationship outlooks or wounds, but there is a deep insight into the kind of partner that you actually want, and more importantly, this is that person showing up. For those of you that start this week single, you may not be single by the end of the week. For those of you that are just meeting someone this week, this is going to be the start of something truly wonderful and potentially quite special. It may be that this comes about very much by surprise for a lot of you, or when it happens, you kind of realize, wow, you know what, it's always been this person. So if you are, and the weird thing is, I kind of feel like this person's already in the vicinity for you. So it's somebody that you interact with. So maybe somebody that you've been for coffee with, maybe somebody that you have traveled with previously. It could be somebody that you have worked with previously for some of you. It could also, but it's likely to be somebody that you've already got like really good connection, like banter, all that kind of stuff. It could just come very much out of the blue. If you are single, there is potential here for you. If you are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, the healing that you do has not only a profound effect on yourself, but also a profound effect on your relationship. And for a lot of you, it looks like you will be planning some kind of travel this week with your significant other. I wouldn't be surprised as well, for those of you that are single, if you would need to travel or at least commute to make this partnership or a relationship really develop. All right, so it's not without its, it's not like, oh yeah, you're just gonna meet your soulmate and it's all gonna be perfect. It's not without its challenges, because distance looks to be one of them, but it's not a problem. Like it's something that you can get past. And then for your money and materials, you've got the Two of Pentacles. The High Priestess is number 2. The Two of Pentacles is also the number 2. 2 twos represents a bond, a pact, or an accord. There is a lot of dedication to really getting your finances into shape this week. I kind of feel like a lot of you are going to, and maybe this is a part of what you see or what you feel. This could be a week where you really get a strong insight or intuition on what the next level of your financial gains actually looks like. And while you're getting that glimpse of what the next financial level looks like for you, you also get the practical steps that you're going to need to take in order to make that a reality. And that is where it's like, there's going to be something, so aside from everything else that I've mentioned, when it comes to your resources, something really settles in on you this week. It's kind of like, I'm going to give you this example because it's the best one that I have. If you haven't read any of the Harry Potter books, I apologize because you probably won't understand this. Forget the films, I'm talking specifically about the books. When Bellatrix Lestrange escapes from the prison, the Azkaban prison, think about Neville Longbottom's transformation, what he went from to what he became in the book specifically, and that transformation, that's what happens here this week. There's something, you start out the week with one way of looking at things, you get a glimpse into what your future or your life could be, and you get really, really fucking serious about making that happen. So, you know, no pressure. Goosebumps. I love those moments. All right, and when it comes to your physical health and vitality, watch out for your knees this week. All right, you got to look after your bones, but specifically your knees. When it comes to your home and environment, straight up, wherever you are living at the moment, you will only be there for another 2 years at max. Outside of that, this week, I think you are getting that glimpse. And potentially for some of you, this might even be the look at where you end up. You might get that sort of inkling where you're like, okay, I know I'm not going to be here for much longer. If I'm going to move from here, where am I going? And a lot of you are making that decision this week. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.